Hello and welcome to English for Daily Life. I'm your host, Ali. This is the podcast that helps you learn English for real life situations. Today, we have a topic that can be a little scary for many learners: how to talk to a stranger. We are going to learn all about small talk. And here to help us is our fantastic guest, Mona. Welcome back, Mona.
Hi, Allie. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to talk about this. It's a very useful skill.
It is. So let's start with the basics. For our listeners, what is a stranger?
That's a good first question. A stranger is simply a person you do not know. It could be someone standing next to you at the bus stop or in line at a coffee shop.
Okay, someone you don't know. And what is small talk?
Small talk is the friendly, polite conversation we have with people about simple topics. It's not a deep, serious conversation. We talk about things like the weather or the place we are in.
Right, so light, easy topics. But why is this so scary for language learners?
Well, you worry about making mistakes. You worry you won't understand the other person, and you don't know what to say. It's very normal to feel nervous.
That makes sense, but it is a useful skill to learn, right?
It's very useful. It helps you practice your English in a real situation. It also helps you connect with people and feel more comfortable and confident.
Okay, so let's give our listeners the tools they need. Mona, how do we start a conversation with a stranger? What is the first step?
The best way to start is to talk about your shared situation or your environment.
Can you explain what environment means?
Of course, your environment is simply the place you are in right now. So if you are at a bus stop, that is your environment. If you are in a park, that is your environment. You can make a simple comment about it.
Ah, okay. And what is a comment?
A comment is a short sentence where you say something you see or think. For example, the easiest topic for a comment is the weather. It's a safe and universal topic.
Everyone can talk about the weather. So what are some phrases we could use?
You could say, "It's a beautiful day, isn't it?" Or if it's cold, you could say, "It's a bit chilly today."
What does chilly mean?
Chilly just means a little bit cold, not very cold, just a little. These simple comments are great conversation starters. A conversation starter is a phrase that helps you begin a conversation.
Great. So we can use the weather. What's another way to start?
You can make a comment about the situation you are both in. So if you are waiting in a long line, you could smile and say, "Wow, this is a long line."
Right, because the other person is also in the line. They understand.
Exactly. Or if you're waiting for a bus that is late, you could say, "It seems the bus is running late today." It's simple, and it opens the door for a reply.
Okay, so we've started the conversation. The other person says, yes, it is. What do we do next? How do we keep it going?
The next step is to ask a question. This is very important. A conversation is like a game of catch. You say something, then you throw the ball to the other person by asking a question.
I like that image. What kind of questions should we ask?
It's good to ask open-ended questions. An open-ended question is a question where the answer is more than just yes or no.
Can you give us an example?
Sure, let's say you are in a coffee shop. You say, "This place has great coffee." The other person says, "Yes, it does." A simple yes-no question is, "Do you come here often?" They can just say yes. But a better open-ended question would be, "I've never been here before. What do you recommend?"
Ah, that's a good one. What does recommend mean?
To recommend something means to suggest it because you think it's good. So you're asking for their advice. This invites a longer answer. They might say, "Oh, the latte is really good here." And then you can talk about that.
That's very smart. So you ask a question that needs more words to answer.
Exactly. Another very important part of keeping a conversation going is to listen. Pay attention to their answer.
Of course.
You can show you are listening by nodding your head and using small words like, "Oh, really? That's interesting." Or, "I see." This encourages the other person to keep talking.
So we start with a comment, ask an open-ended question, and listen carefully. Now, what if we need to go? How do we end the conversation politely?
That is a great question. You need what we call an exit line. An exit line is a polite phrase that tells the other person you are leaving.
An exit line, like at the end of a movie.
Exactly. You can say something like, "Well, it was nice talking to you." This signals that the conversation is ending.
It was nice talking to you. That's simple and friendly.
Very. Or you can connect it to the situation. If your bus arrives, you can say, "Oh, here's my bus. Have a great day." Or if you get your coffee, you can say, "Enjoy your coffee. It was nice to meet you."
And a smile is probably important here too.
A smile is the most important tool. It shows you are friendly and makes the other person feel comfortable from the beginning to the end.
This is fantastic, Mona. Let's do a quick review for our listeners. What are the main steps for small talk?
Okay, step 1, smile and make a simple comment about your shared environment, like the weather. Step 2, ask a simple, open-ended question to keep the conversation going. Step 3, listen carefully and show you're interested. And step 4, when you're ready to leave, use a polite exit line and say goodbye with a smile.
Perfect. It doesn't sound so scary when you break it down into steps. Do you have any final advice for our listeners who want to try this?
Yes, remember that small talk is supposed to be short. It can be just 1 or 2 minutes. That's okay. The goal is not to have a long conversation. The goal is just to practice connecting with someone.
That's a great point. Less pressure.
Exactly. And don't worry about perfect grammar. Just be friendly and try. People will appreciate your effort. Every time you do it, it will get a little bit easier.
You know, that is the perfect place for us to try something new. To help our listeners feel more confident, let's act out a couple of short practice scenarios. What do you think, Mona?
Oh, I would love that. Let's give it a try. An excellent way to build confidence.
Great. Okay, let's try our first one. Practice scenario 1, the supermarket. In this scenario, I will be the English learner, and Mona, you will be the stranger. Excuse me, these apples look great. There are so many kinds. I don't know which to choose.
Oh, they do look good today. It depends what you like. The green ones are a bit sour, and the red ones are very sweet.
Ah, I see. I think I will try the sweet red ones. Thank you for your help.
You're welcome. Enjoy.
See, that was a perfect simple interaction. Okay, let's try a second one. Practice scenario 2, the elevator. This time, Mona, you be the English learner and I'll be the stranger.
Wow, this elevator is fast.
It is. Much better than taking the stairs.
For sure. Well, this is my floor. Have a good day.
You too. Wonderful advice. Mona, thank you again for teaching us how to be brave and make small talk.
My pleasure, Ali. Happy chatting, everyone.
And to all our listeners, thank you for joining English for Daily Life. I hope you try to use a conversation starter this week. You can do it. Until next time, goodbye.